HYBE speaks out on Jungkook's birthday. ARMY in shock, and tears the moment the world least expected arrived on Jungkook's birthday, when HYBE broke its silence in a move that immediately shook the foundation of ARMY's emotions. Why would the company choose such a monumental day? A day devoted entirely to celebration, to finally address questions that had lingered for months. And what exactly was hidden between the lines of their sudden message that left fans hysterical and unable to hold back tears? Jungkook's birthday has never been an ordinary occasion. Every year, the youngest member of BTS is celebrated with grand gestures, from global projects to city landmarks, lighting up in his honor. Yet this year, the air was different. The anticipation among fans was already at an all-time high, but no one could have foreseen HYBE stepping into the spotlight on such a sacred date. Their words, subtle yet powerful, ignited confusion, sparked endless speculation, and set off a storm of emotions that instantly spread across continents. The timing itself raises an immediate question. Why now? Why choose Jungkook's birthday, an event ARMY sees as untouchable, to finally reveal what had been kept quiet for so long? Observers quickly noted that HYBE's statement did not follow the pattern of celebratory greetings. Instead, it carried undertones that many described as cold, strategic, and almost unsettling. Fans were left asking whether the message was meant as a tribute or a calculated distraction from larger truths that have been bubbling under the surface. The reaction from ARMY was nothing short of explosive. Across social media platforms, phrases like unbelievable, heartbreaking, and unfair dominated global trends within minutes. For many, the moment felt less like a celebration and more like an ambush, as if HYBE had deliberately chosen Jungkook's birthday to assert control over the narrative. The tears of fans were not simply from joy of seeing their idol honored, but from the heavy weight of suspicion that the company had interfered with the purity of a day that belonged only to Jungkook and his supporters. What shocked many observers was the vagueness of the statement. Instead of clarity, HYBE delivered hints and shadows, leaving ARMY in a maze of interpretation. Were they signaling internal struggles within the company and the group? Were they attempting to silence growing rumors by cloaking them in the guise of a birthday message? Each word was dissected by millions, and yet, answers seemed further away than ever. Some fans interpreted the company's decision as an acknowledgement of Jungkook's unrivaled influence. Others, however, saw it as a calculated attempt to redirect attention away from ongoing controversies involving management and creative control. The duality of this perception is what has kept the discussion alive. Was this truly about honoring Jungkook, or was it about reclaiming power in a narrative that was slipping out of HYBE's hands? The tears of ARMY were not only for Jungkook, but for the unanswered questions that seemed to haunt every line of the company's words. Many recalled the past year, where rumors of discontent, restrictions, and suppressed freedom among BTS members grew louder. On this day, instead of dispelling such doubts, HYBE appeared to fuel them. Fans described the timing as cruel, almost theatrical, as if the company wanted to test the loyalty and emotional endurance of ARMY on the very day they should have been united in pure celebration. Images of Jungkook circulated online, with fans desperately searching for signs. Did he look happy, or was there a hidden sadness behind his expressions? Did he know about HYBE's decision in advance, or was he equally blindsided? The search for meaning became obsessive, with every glance, every gesture, every captured moment of Jungkook analyzed to exhaustion. The hysteria was not only about what was said, but about what was left unsaid, and it is this silence that pierced the hearts of millions. This unprecedented move raises larger questions about the relationship between BTS and their company. Why does it appear that HYBE has chosen moments of celebration to assert authority rather than stepping back to allow the spotlight to remain fully on the artists? Why does every message feel layered with an agenda rather than being a straightforward acknowledgement of love and support? And most importantly, what does this mean for Jungkook's future as both a global icon and as a man who has carried the weight of endless expectations for over a decade? Observers from the entertainment industry point out that such timing cannot be accidental. The day of Jungkook's birthday ensures maximum visibility, maximum emotional impact, and maximum control over headlines. Yet, instead of unifying the narrative, HYBE's statement has fractured it, creating chaos rather than clarity. Fans feel manipulated, as though their emotions are being used as currency in a larger game of corporate dominance. The irony of the situation is brutal. A day that should have been about candles, laughter, and messages of love became a battlefield of speculation and mistrust. ARMY, known for their unwavering devotion, found themselves questioning not their loyalty to Jungkook, but the intentions of those who control the stage behind the scenes. Their hysteria was not irrational. It was the inevitable result of years of suppressed tension that suddenly erupted on the most symbolic day of all. Every birthday project, every fan gathering, every tribute that had been prepared with love seemed overshadowed by HYBE's intrusion. Even as buildings lit up in purple and voices around the globe sang Jungkook's name, the echo of the company's statement lingered, cold and unshakable. Instead of unifying the global fandom, it left them divided, between those who saw the statement as harmless acknowledgement and those who viewed it as a calculated act of control. The aftermath continues to unfold. ARMY is demanding answers, not about the birthday itself, but about what lies beneath the carefully chosen words. Was HYBE hinting at upcoming changes? Was this a warning disguised as celebration? Or was it, perhaps, an unintentional admission that things behind the curtains are not as harmonious as the polished image presented to the world? The ambiguity is what fuels the hysteria, and it shows no sign of fading. As the dust settles, one truth remains undeniable. Jungkook's birthday in 2025 will forever be remembered not only as a celebration of his existence, but as the day HYBE shattered the boundary between joy and suspicion. A line was crossed, and ARMY felt it deeply. The tears shed were not only for Jungkook's growth and achievements, but for the stark realization that even the most personal moments are no longer free from corporate influence. What happens next remains uncertain. Will HYBE attempt to clarify their intent, or will they remain silent, letting the storm of speculation consume the global narrative? And how will Jungkook himself navigate this new layer of pressure placed upon him on the very day that should have been his own? For now, ARMY continues to speak loudly, their voices echoing across platforms, demanding transparency, respect, and the right to celebrate their idol without interference. Whether HYBE listens or not, one fact is clear. The bond between Jungkook and ARMY is stronger than any corporate strategy, and it is this bond that may ultimately determine how history remembers the events of this day. The world witnessed not just a birthday, but a clash of emotions, power, and loyalty. And the question that lingers in the air is one that ARMY refuses to let go. Why did HYBE choose this moment? And what does it truly mean for the future of BTS's youngest star?